Voices, visions, and the future we create.
I am going to lie to you. Not metaphorically, not symbolically. I am going to lie to you in the next 60 seconds. And you will not even notice. But before I do, let's play a little game, shall we? We will play 2 truths and 1 lie. I will give you 3 statements, and you have to think about which 2 are the truths and which 1 is the lie. Are we all ready? Okay. Statement number 1. Humans are actually very good at detecting lies. We are about 90% accurate. So, statistically speaking, most of you would already know if I'm lying by now. Statement number 2. People who maintain really good eye contact are actually very trustworthy people. That's why we have the tendency to look at people in the eyes and tell me, are you lying to me or not? Look at me in my eyes. That is also why confident speakers are more likely to be telling the truth. Statement number 3. When I was around 4 years old, I had a friend in the neighborhood, and he was very annoying. He used to come to my house every single day, begging me to come outside and play Spider-Man with him. To be very honest, I was a very sassy 4-year-old kid. So half of the time, I would just ignore him, run away, and play with my own Barbie dolls. But this man did not budge. He would come by my door every single day, and he did not stop. Until one day. It didn't bother me as much that he didn't come one day. But then a few days passed. That's when my ego got a little hurt. And that's when my mind started to fill in the blanks. Does he not want to be friends anymore? Did I do something wrong? Oh my God, is he Spider-Man himself now? I was going crazy. I had no answers. No one gave me any explanation. But I had one belief in my mind. I believed he stopped coming by because he just didn't want to play with me anymore and he hated me. And that's the story that I built in my head. So can you think about the 2 truths and the 1 lie and all my 3 statements? It's kind of hard, isn't it? That's because I broke the rules. All 3 statements were lies. There was not only 1 lie, all of them were lies. The stats I gave you, false. Humans are actually very bad at lying, and even worse at detecting lies. We are about 54% accurate, and most of them are just guesses. Eye contact has no proof of honesty, and confidence has no proof of trustworthiness or telling the truth. It's not proven yet. And the story that I gave you, I was wrong. I was completely wrong. I wasn't wrong about him. I was wrong about what I thought his actions meant. You see, a few days later, I got to know one detail that I didn't know before. But it was enough to change everything. The reason why he didn't show up to my house every single day wasn't because he hated me. It was because he had to finish his ABCDs and mathematical tables that he was too lazy to do before. I know. What 4-year-old doesn't know the ABCs? Same situation, same person, yet completely different meanings. And that's the part that stuck with me. Not the part where I was wrong. Trust me, I'm a very admittable person to when I'm wrong, but the fact of how confident I was while being wrong, and how I put myself down for it. And if you're honest, not only with others, but to yourself, you've had that moment too. This doesn't start with conflict, though. It starts much earlier. Your parents must have told you things that you just blatantly believed when you were younger. Like, for example, my parents told me that turning on the lights in the car was illegal. Illegal. I know, it's crazy, but I just remember sitting in the backseat of my car, hand hovering over the switch, and I'm actually scared to press it. Not because I knew the law. It's because it sounded so real not to be true. And that's exactly how belief starts. Now here's the part that most people don't even think about anymore. Your brain is designed not to find out the truth. It is designed to be efficient. You see, there's a concept in psychology called cognitive ease. Cognitive ease basically talks about when something is easy to understand, familiar, and confidently delivered, your brain processes that information way faster. And what feels easy to process feels real. And that's exactly how it went. But that's also how a single video can determine a person's personality. A headline can determine an opinion, and comment sections can literally convince you that other people's true beliefs are actually real. I mean, think about how opinions are formed online. One video, one narrative, and suddenly everyone knows what's going on. Reputations get destroyed. Ideas are spread. Decisions are made. For example, Will Smith slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars, didn't he? Within minutes, millions of people understood who was wrong, who was right, and what it meant. Not because they knew the whole story, but because they believed in the version that they saw. And that's exactly how false belief becomes reality. Or think about how fast trends spread across platforms like Instagram or TikTok or YouTube even. You see something once and you see it again and again and again and again, and suddenly it just doesn't feel popular anymore. It feels real. It feels true. That's repetition. And repetition has a tendency to feel like proof over some time. Our brain is trying to keep up with us. So, it creates shortcuts. You scroll on Instagram. You find something very relative and something that really makes sense. You agree with it, and then you just move on. This happens with every single reel, with every single post, and every single video that you come across without you even knowing it. There's no pause, no verification. And it feels like your opinion, but most of the time, it is handed to you. That is why, when we form a belief, we defend it like our life depends on it. Like if it's our life journey's moment. And that's why changing our mind doesn't feel like learning. It feels like we're losing. So what do? We hold on to it. Even when it's wrong, even when it's incomplete. And that's how something so small can turn into something so big. Because belief doesn't stay with you. You pass on belief. So let's be honest. If you can't reliably detect lies and your brain prefers what feels right, and your information is being filtered out of you, how much of what you believe in is actually true? It's said, confidence travels faster than truth. Emotions travel faster than accuracy. And again, repetition travels faster and feels like proof. So what wins? The loudest voice? The one that's most repeated? The one that just feels right? Or the one that's actually true? Because the future that we are building is going to be built by nothing but the truth of what other people believe in. And what I'm about to say is going to be a hard pill to swallow for you. We believe things not because they're true. We believe them because they're convincing enough. And I just proved it. I told you from the starting of my talk, I was going to lie to you. I did it right in front of you, and some of you still believed me. So how do we get over it? Because the future and the future that we create isn't going to be built on the truth. You see, it's going to be built by people who believe in something that is true. And when enough people believe in something, it becomes real in their consequences. And things that you believe in might not be true, because they're most likely to be loud, confident, and repeated. And if you don't learn to question that or bring your kid curiosity onto it, it will cost you. It will cost you your future. We are building a parallel universe within us right now. And just like when you were a little kid, totally convinced that turning on the lights in the car was completely illegal. But this time, it won't just be some harmless lie. It will be something that shapes who you are. Something that shapes what you support. And it will shape the future that we all create. As I mentioned before, a parallel universe is being created into today's world. And you are a part of it. We all are a part of it. So it's time to wake up and finally turn on the lights in the car, because it was all a lie anyway. And yet, each and every single one of you didn't even notice. Thank you.